VMware Explorer Barcelona 2023. I'm here with Runecast and Stan from Runecast. He is going to tell us more about the new features that are in. Stan?
Well, we're super happy that we're here and we're more prepared than ever, both with swag but also with a lot of new capabilities. And today we had our latest release, 6.8. And I'm really happy to announce that we just released DORA compliance for Windows and Linux. And also we released agentless scanning for Windows and Linux virtual machines that are running on VMware. So basically, it's done in a very secure way. It's an industry first, both the DORA compliance and also the agentless for Windows and Linux. Without having to install an agent or without having to provide any access whatsoever to the Windows and Linux operating system. The way that it works is that Runecast takes snapshots of the virtual machines of Windows and Linux. It analyzes the image and then discards the image. So you can really scale your vulnerability management, continuous compliance capabilities without having to install and manage any agents or without having to compromise your security and allow any access to the operating systems. So I'm really, really excited about that.
And so when the scan is complete, what the system finds actually? It finds some security flaws in the OS, on the operating system?
Yeah, exactly. We do risk-based vulnerability management. So not only does it find all the applicable vulnerabilities, but it rates them based on CVSS score, based on information from CISA's known exploited vulnerability database, and based on a number of known exploit databases. So we combine data from different databases to help you prioritize what to patch first. And also, it discovers any compliance misconfigurations. So with DORA in particular, DORA is the Digital Operational Resiliency Act. You can think of it as the new GDPR for financial services institutions. It's a new, very strong regulation by European Union that will be fully enforceable by January 2025. So not just financial services, but all the service providers that have to provide service to financial services fall under DORA. So they have to make sure they're compliant. And we are the only software, the only company out there globally, which is providing continuous compliance checks against DORA for VMware, for Windows, and for Linux.
With the latest release, 6.8, you also have some new capacity dashboard. Show us more.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is how the product looks like. And by the way, like always, it takes 15 minutes to deploy and to use. You can even just go to demo.runecast.com and play with it, or you can download a trial, 1.5 gigs OVA, you can deploy it and use it. And this is the main dashboard, but what we really want to focus on also is on the capacity management dashboard. So this is really focusing on the most important metrics that we care for as VMware admins, which are typically the CPU overcommitment ratio. You shouldn't really go over 4:1 between virtual CPUs and physical CPUs, and also the memory overcommitment, which going over 1:1 for your clusters also might be a dangerous thing to do. We also monitor the DRS score, and we have a trend and forecast view, a graph, which shows you when you're expected to run out of capacity on your clusters, which is really important because you can really plan ahead. But what's really cool about this as well is that you can simulate host failures. So you can see what would happen if, for example, one host fails in your environment. And you can see how it will impact all of these metrics like CPU overcommitment, memory overcommitment, CPU usage, memory usage. And another thing you can do is if you have a new project that requires another 20 or 30 virtual machines of a certain size, you can simulate deploying these virtual machines, and you can add the number and the expected vCPU and memory allocation, and then you will see how it impacts all of these metrics. So that really helps you with planning your capacity further and making any decisions. So yeah, really happy with the fact that we brought so much now at this VMware Explorer this year. So.
Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you, Vladan. Always a pleasure.